English shorthand 150 words per minute. Second paper, trial dictation. Get ready. 15 seconds. 10 seconds. 5 seconds. Ready? Start. Mr. Speaker, I have great pleasure in welcoming the new schemes announced in this budget. First and foremost, I would like to thank you for giving this opportunity to speak on the budget. I have no doubt that this budget has been prepared after a lot of consultation. I would like to say that the Honorable Finance Minister has paid much attention to the relief measures during the recent floods. In this connection, I would like to thank him for providing 500 crore rupees towards flood relief. I am certain that this would go a long way in helping those affected to a great extent. At the same time, due to floods in the last 2 years, the farmers who have spent huge amount on grains lost their crops totally. In other words, these 2 years have been a total disaster. I would therefore like to request the government to waive the short-term loans of all farmers. I hope and trust that this would enable them to get ready for the next season. The next point I wish to make relates to the fair price shops. At the outset, I wish to congratulate the government on introducing smart cards for the first time in the country. I am sure that this would enable the government to prevent diversion of ration commodities to other parts of the country. This will also help to remove bogus cards, resulting in a lot of savings. At the same time, I wish to bring to the attention of the government one important thing. Now, it has been made necessary that the head of the family is required to be present in the shops to receive rations. However, it has to be borne in mind that this is not practically possible at all times. English shorthand 150 words per minute. Second paper. Code number of the question paper 1563. Code number of the question paper 1563. Instructions to candidates. The passage will be dictated at the rate of 150 words per minute. As soon as the dictation is over, you are requested to condense the passage into a cogent precise in longhand, not exceeding 250 words, using the indirect form of speech and the past tense. The number of words in the precise should be counted and noted at the end. 5 marks are reserved for your shorthand performance. Your handwriting during condensation should be legible and that sufficient space should be left between lines. Get ready for main dictation. 15 seconds. Five seconds. Start. Speaking on the general discussion on the budget, an honorable member said, Mr. Speaker, sir, at the outset, I would like to thank you for this great opportunity. The budget presented by the Honorable Finance Minister is in continuation of last year's budget. The first thing I would like to point out is that the budget comes at a time when the economy has been affected due to COVID infection. The entire country was under complete lockdown for several months. However, despite the fact that the tax collection was less, I find that the government had allotted 50,000 crore rupees as additional funds to the health ministry to fight the pandemic. I thank the government for this timely action. Secondly, To improve the financial position due to the slowdown in the economy, I find that the government has taken a series of measures. In the first place, I thank the government for increasing capital expenditure by about 30% this year. This would promote growth and provide employment opportunities to benefit the poorer sections of the society. At the same time, the government has not proposed any new taxes. As a matter of fact, the government has announced moratorium allowing more time for repayment of loans by traders and farmers. This has got the support of the people from all walks of life, and it would help them improve their standard of living. The next point I would like to make is regarding national highways. It is a matter of great pleasure that the government has decided to undertake expansion of highways in the southern states in the next few years. I would congratulate the government in this regard. At the same time, I would like to request that the expansion of the Chennai to Bangalore highway should be taken up in the first phase. I have no doubt that this will boost trade and tourism in this part of the country. My next point relates to agriculture. I am happy to note that the finance minister has announced that the minimum support price for paddy would be paid directly into the bank account of the farmers. I have no doubt that this would greatly improve the income of the farmers and also remove the problem of middlemen diverting the benefit meant for the farmers. I hope and trust that this scheme would be started as soon as possible. The next item in my speech relates to the field of administrative reforms. I congratulate the government for announcing the One Nation, One Registration project. In this connection, I find that there is a provision in this scheme to make all registrations including of land and vehicles anywhere in the country. In other words, there would not be any state barriers. In my opinion, this would speed up registration and remove the problems faced by the common people in the government offices. On this happy occasion, I would also like to bring to the attention of the government a few important problems. It has to be borne in mind that the gap between the rich and the poor is increasing and the number of families below the poverty line has increased. The unemployment rate is now at 12%, which is quite high. It is therefore necessary that the government should set up a high power committee to make schemes to provide jobs to the poor people. At the same time, I would like to bring to your kind attention the fact that the prices of essential commodities is increasing day by day. The people who are already affected by the pandemic find it very difficult to maintain their standard of living. I would therefore request the government to consult the Reserve Bank of India and give bank loans at a low rate of interest. I hope and trust that this would go a long way in helping them to a great extent. Finally, I am sorry to state that the fisheries sector has been neglected over the years. It has been brought to my notice that the government is bringing some amendments to the coastal regulation zone to promote investment. In this connection, I would request the government to form a committee consisting of fisheries ministers of all states to ensure that the life of the fishermen is not further affected due to such amendments. I would like to conclude my speech with the hope that my points would receive the attention of the government. Thank you.